On April 2nd, 2025, the world lost an actor whose brilliance, charm, and deep emotional resonance helped shape the cinematic landscape for decades. Val Kilmer, whose career spanned from action-packed blockbusters to deeply introspective biographical roles, has passed away at the age of 65. His death marks the end of an era for a man whose artistry went beyond his roles on screen. He was a symbol of transformation, resilience, and a quiet depth that few could match. Kilmer first captured the public's attention in the mid-1980s with his role as the suave, calculating Iceman in Top Gun. His portrayal of the Navy fighter pilot was equal parts aloof and magnetic, a performance that cemented him as a leading man in Hollywood. But it wasn't just his striking good looks or charismatic screen presence that made him memorable. It was his ability to convey complex emotions with such simplicity that made his characters come to life. His chemistry with Tom Cruise in Top Gun became legendary, and his role as the cool antagonist-turned-friend was a defining moment in the film. Kilmer's breakout role set the stage for what was to come, a steady stream of unforgettable performances. He would go on to portray a diverse array of characters, from the iconic rock star Jim Morrison in The Doors, 1991, to the dangerous, world-weary Doc Holliday in Tombstone, 1993. His take on Morrison, in particular, was a career-defining performance, filled with complexity, raw emotion, and an almost mystical intensity. Kilmer's ability to embody the spirit of the late Doors frontman earned him widespread critical acclaim, and many believed he had finally found a role that would propel him to superstardom. Yet, despite his undeniable talent, Kilmer's career took an unpredictable trajectory. While some of his peers were catapulted into the mainstream stratosphere, Kilmer remained an enigmatic figure, choosing roles that were often more unconventional than commercially driven. He took risks that others may have avoided. His portrayal of the enigmatic Doc Holliday in Tombstone became a fan favorite, and in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, 2005, Kilmer gave a performance full of comedic timing and self-awareness that showcases range in a way few expected. But his career was not without its struggles. As the 1990s wore on, Kilmer's personal life began to intersect with his professional journey. Behind the scenes, his battle with personal demons, compounded by a volatile reputation and struggles with Hollywood's pressures, became part of his story. He also faced health issues that would eventually alter the trajectory of his career. Kilmer was diagnosed with throat cancer in 2015, a diagnosis that ultimately impacted both his ability to perform and his once powerful voice. His battle with the disease became widely known after the release of the 2020 documentary Val, in which he bravely opened up about his health, his past, and the personal journey that led him to where he was. The documentary, which gave fans a rare, intimate glimpse into Kilmer's world, was a revelation. It captured not only his personal struggles, but also his enduring passion for acting, art, and life. Kilmer's voice had been altered by his illness, but the documentary revealed how he had adapted, using different methods to communicate his thoughts, experiences, and reflections. He spoke openly about the difficulties he faced, physically, mentally, and emotionally, but his resilience shone through. In many ways, Val served as a love letter to both the actor's life and his fans, many of whom had followed his career for decades. Kilmer's struggle with cancer and his decision to share his journey with the world demonstrated a level of vulnerability that few celebrities had ever displayed so openly. He became, in many ways, a symbol of how courage and perseverance can coexist with the fragility of life. His story wasn't just about the highs of fame, but the lows that come with human vulnerability. He wasn't just a heroic Iceman or the tortured Jim Morrison. He was an artist who faced immense challenges head-on with the same determination that characterized his roles on screen. While Kilmer's battle with cancer took much from him physically, it also gave him new perspectives. He began to turn inward, focusing more on creative projects that would allow him to express himself in new ways. His work in theater, writing, and painting in his later years showed that Kilmer's creative spark had not been extinguished by his health challenges. He proved that even when faced with the most difficult of circumstances, his drive to create, to inspire, and to be a part of the world of art remained undiminished. Kilmer's passing leaves behind a legacy that goes far beyond his most well-known roles. It is not simply a portrayal of Top Gun's Iceman or his deeply immersive Jim Morrison that we will remember. It is his ability to evolve, adapt, and remain unapologetically true to himself despite the weight of fame, illness, and the passage of time. His career was a testament to the fact that true artistry does not lie solely in the applause of a crowd, but in the quiet, inner strength required to continue to create, to love, and to share one's authentic self with the world. As we mourn his loss, we also celebrate his life. Val Kilmer leaves behind an indelible mark on Hollywood and on the hearts of those who admired him. His voice may have faded, but his legacy will forever resonate in the timeless performances he gave and the personal courage he displayed. Val Kilmer was more than an actor. He was a force of nature, a quiet icon whose story will continue to inspire those who remember him not only for his roles, but for the deep humanity that he brought to every character he played. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. You left the world with much more than just your iconic performances. You've given us the courage to embrace our true selves, no matter the struggles we face.